Hello there, fellow coin enthusiasts and collectors. Welcome back to the channel World Rare Coins, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins that could be worth a small fortune. From hidden gems that could be worth a fortune to little-known coins with a rich history, we'll explore it all. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of our exciting discoveries. And now grab your magnifying glasses and let's start our today's video. On Top 1 today, we are diving into one of the most intriguing and sought-after coins in the United States coinage history, the 1974 quarter dollar. For those who have an interest in rare coins, the story behind this coin is both fascinating and full of unexpected twists. It's a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and numismatists, and its allure only grows as time passes. To truly understand the significance of the 1974 quarter dollar, we first need to step back into the historical context of the time. The 1970s were a pivotal decade in American history, filled with cultural and political change. The country was recovering from the turmoil of the 1960s, and the early 1970s saw the continuation of the space race, the end of the Vietnam War, and major changes in the civil rights movement. Economically, the United States was dealing with inflation, a growing energy crisis, and a rapidly changing global landscape. The world was a very different place compared to the 1960s, and this decade would leave its mark on the country in ways that many could not have predicted. Amidst all of this, the United States Mint was busy at work, producing the coins that would circulate throughout the nation. In 1974, the Mint struck millions of quarters to meet the country's needs. The 1974 quarter dollar was produced as part of the regular circulation coinage, and it was issued to the public in large quantities. However, despite its widespread availability, the 1974 quarter dollar would go on to become a coin of great interest for collectors due to a number of factors that we will explore today. The design of the 1974 quarter dollar is the same as the one used on most quarters since 1932. On the obverse, or front, of the coin, we find the famous portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This image of Washington has become an iconic representation of the first president of the United States, and it remains one of the most recognized faces on American coinage. The design features Washington's profile, with his iconic hair and dignified expression. Above his image, we see the word Liberty in bold letters, and underneath his portrait, the phrase "In God We Trust" is inscribed. To the left of Washington's profile is the mint year, 1974, and to the right, there is a small D or P mint mark, signifying the mint location where the coin was struck. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the familiar eagle motif that has appeared on U.S. quarters since 1932. The eagle is depicted with its wings spread wide, symbolizing strength and freedom. Below the eagle, the coin is inscribed with the words United States of America, quarter dollar, and E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many one, a motto that represents the unity of the country. While the design of the 1974 quarter dollar may seem typical of what you might expect from a regular circulating coin, the real intrigue comes when we look closer at its minting and how it has stood the test of time. The United States Mint struck over 700 million quarters in 1974, with coins being produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. This large mintage means that most 1974 quarters are relatively common and not inherently valuable in their average state. However, it's when you start to look at the condition of these coins that the story really becomes interesting. For collectors, the condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its value. The 1974 quarter dollar, like all coins, is assessed on a scale from good to mint state, with the latter being the highest possible grade. In general, the more pristine the coin, the more valuable it becomes. A coin that has been kept in perfect condition, with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, can fetch a significant premium compared to a coin that has been circulated and shows signs of use. A quarter in mint state condition can command a higher value than most collectors would expect for a coin from a year with such a high mintage. In addition to the standard quarters, there are also several rare versions of the 1974 quarter dollar that are highly sought after by collectors. One of the key factors that can make a coin rare is the presence of minting errors. For example, some 1974 quarters were struck with what's known as a D over D mint mark error. This occurs when the mint mistakenly places the mint mark on the die twice, resulting in an overlap of the letters. These coins are extremely rare and are highly coveted by collectors due to their unique nature. Another important factor that can affect the value of the 1974 quarter dollar is whether the coin was part of a special mint set or proof set. In 1974, the U.S. Mint also produced special proof coins for collectors, which were made using a different process that results in coins with a much higher level of detail and a mirror-like finish. These proof versions of the 1974 quarter are far rarer than the regular circulation coins and can be worth considerably more, especially if they have been well preserved. The 1974 quarter dollar, despite being widely circulated, has gained attention in the world of numismatics because of its potential for errors, its connection to the broader history of U.S. coinage, and the fact that it is part of a time of significant change in the country. As time has passed, these quarters have become valuable collectibles for those who are dedicated to the art of coin collecting. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1974 quarter dollar. As we've mentioned, most of these coins are common and not worth more than face value, just 25 cents, unless they are in pristine condition or have a unique feature such as a minting error or being part of a proof set. For a standard 1974 quarter in typical circulated condition, collectors can expect to pay a very modest amount, often just a few dollars above face value depending on the condition. However, the value of the 1974 quarter dollar can rise dramatically when it is in uncirculated or mint state condition. A 1974 quarter that has been kept in pristine condition, without any visible wear or scratches, can be worth significantly more. And of course, as we've seen with rare mint errors, some of these coins can fetch a small fortune in the right market. The most impressive version of the 1974 quarter dollar, however, is one that has been professionally graded and found to be in flawless condition. In such cases, a coin can be worth anywhere from a few $1,000s to upwards of $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single coin. This price is not typical for every 1974 quarter, but for the rare, error-free examples in perfect condition, it's not entirely out of the question. So, there you have it, the 1974 quarter dollar. A coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but with a rich history, an iconic design, and the potential for rare variations, it has become one of the most fascinating coins for collectors. If you happen to come across one of these quarters in your pocket change, it might just be worth a second look. And remember, while most 1974 quarters won't make you a fortune, the ones in perfect condition, with rare errors, could potentially bring you tens of thousands of dollars. On top 2, we are going to talk about a piece of American history that is not only visually striking but could also be worth more than you might expect. Get ready to explore the 1979 United States quarter dollar, a coin that carries both historical significance and impressive value. Stay with us until the end to find out how much this iconic coin could be worth in today's market. The 1979 quarter dollar is part of the widely recognized Washington Quarter Series, which was first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. This series has become a cornerstone of American coinage, and the 1979 release is an essential piece within that legacy. However, it holds particular intrigue due to the transitional nature of the coin and its place within a pivotal moment in U.S. history. By the time 1979 rolled around, the United States had experienced significant social, political, and economic changes since the initial release of the Washington Quarter. The country was in the middle of the 1970s, a decade marked by shifting political landscapes, inflation concerns, and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. The U.S. economy was also dealing with the oil crisis, rising unemployment rates, and a decrease in the value of the dollar. These turbulent times helped shape the coinage of this period, and the 1979 quarter dollar is no exception. The coin was minted during the administration of President Jimmy Carter, a time when the U.S. was working to recover from these challenges. The design of the coin remained faithful to its predecessors, but subtle changes and improvements were made over the years. For many collectors, the 1979 quarter dollar represents both a continuation of tradition and a connection to a moment in American history. One of the first things you'll notice about the 1979 quarter dollar is its classic design. On the obverse, we see the profile of George Washington, the founding father and first president of the United States. His portrait, created by the renowned artist John Flanagan, has remained largely unchanged since its debut on the quarter in 1932. Washington's dignified and noble image is a fitting tribute to his leadership and role in shaping the nation. But it's not just Washington's image that makes this coin stand out. On the reverse side, we have the majestic eagle, a symbol of freedom and strength, which is an enduring image in American iconography. The eagle is shown in flight, holding an olive branch and arrows, representing peace and readiness to defend the nation. Surrounding the eagle are 13 stars, which symbolize the original 13 colonies that formed the United States. The reverse design was created by artist Henry Mitchell and has been a symbol of national pride since it was first introduced. The 1979 quarter dollar also features the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. These inscriptions have become a standard feature of U.S. coinage, reinforcing the values and identity of the nation. What's important to note is that the 1979 coin was struck in a period where the country was still adjusting to the impact of the 1965 Coinage Act, which mandated the composition of U.S. coins to be 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. These coins were designed to be durable enough to withstand years of use in circulation, a necessary feature given the high volume of quarters produced every year. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1979 quarter dollar was produced in large quantities, ensuring that it became a familiar piece of currency for millions of Americans. However, despite the high mintage numbers, finding a 1979 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition is relatively rare. Many of these coins were used in everyday transactions and have been worn down over time, making high-quality examples particularly valuable to collectors. Collectors often look for coins with excellent strikes, those with clear, sharp details that haven't been worn down by years of circulation. A pristine 1979 quarter dollar, free from scratches, dents, and other signs of damage, is highly sought after and can command a premium in the market. Additionally, coins that have been kept in mint condition often come with certificates of authenticity or are graded by professional organizations, adding further value. In addition to its general appeal, the 1979 quarter dollar also carries a certain level of intrigue due to the possibility of errors or variants that might have occurred during the minting process. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare coins, as they are one-of-a-kind pieces that can significantly increase in value. Some 1979 quarters have been discovered with unusual characteristics, such as double strikes or misprints, and these rare variants can sometimes be worth far more than a standard issue coin. Error coins, in particular, are highly coveted in the numismatic world because they represent mistakes made during the production process. For example, if a coin was struck twice or has an unusual indentation or misalignment, it can be considered an error coin. These errors are relatively rare, and collectors are often willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collections. The 1979 quarter dollar is also an important part of a larger historical context. By the late 1970s, the United States was transitioning out of the post-World War II era and moving toward a new economic landscape. The country was grappling with the effects of inflation, rising energy prices, and shifting global dynamics. The quarter, along with other coins in circulation, became symbolic of these changing times. For many collectors, owning a 1979 quarter dollar is more than just owning a coin. It's about preserving a piece of history and understanding its significance within the larger picture of American life during the late 20th century. Given its historical context and the durability of its design, the 1979 quarter dollar continues to be a favorite among collectors, especially those interested in coins from the 1970s. Its connection to the American Revolution, the founding principles of the nation, and the period of transition in the late 1970s makes it not just a piece of currency, but a tangible representation of American heritage. So, how much could a 1979 quarter dollar be worth today? If you happen to own a well-preserved example of this coin, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure. High-grade examples of the 1979 quarter dollar can sell for several $100s, with certain error coins or coins in mint condition fetching even higher prices. But here's the big reveal. A flawless, uncirculated 1979 quarter dollar could be worth up to $55,000. That's right, $55,000 for a single coin that was once used in everyday transactions. It's incredible to think that something so small and seemingly ordinary could hold so much value. So, if you've got a 1979 quarter dollar in your collection, it might be time to take a closer look. You could be holding a rare piece of history with a price tag that's far higher than you ever imagined. Be sure to check for any signs of wear, damage, or possible minting errors. You never know. You might just have a valuable treasure on your hands. On top 3, we're diving deep into the history and story of one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1965 United States quarter dollar. This particular coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of a crucial turning point in American history, a representation of the country's evolving economy, and for some lucky collectors, it could even be a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at the incredible value a 1965 quarter dollar can hold today. To understand why the 1965 quarter dollar is so significant, we need to take a step back in time to the mid-1960s, a period of great change and uncertainty in the United States. The country was still reeling from the effects of the Vietnam War. Civil rights movements were in full swing, and the American economy was undergoing a transformation. It was a time of inflation, economic strain, and shifting global power dynamics. Amidst all of this, the U.S. Mint was preparing to make one of the most significant changes to American coinage in history. The 1965 quarter dollar is the first year in which the coin was struck without silver. Prior to this, quarters were composed of 90% silver, making them valuable not only as currency but as a store of precious metal. However, as the United States entered the 1960s, the silver in coins like the quarter became increasingly expensive to mine and mint. The rising cost of silver was starting to outpace the value of the coins themselves, and the U.S. Treasury found itself in a difficult position. In response, the Coinage Act of 1965 was passed, which mandated the removal of silver from most circulating coins, including the quarter. This major shift in coin composition meant that the 1965 quarter dollar was struck with a much more affordable and practical metal, copper nickel. The new quarter was made of a clad composition, an inner core of pure copper surrounded by 2 layers of nickel. While this change helped address the rising cost of silver, it also altered the look and feel of the coin. The silver gleam was gone, replaced by a more muted and durable finish. For collectors, this marked the beginning of a new era in American coinage, and the 1965 quarter dollar stands as a testament to this significant change. On the obverse side of the 1965 quarter dollar, you'll find the familiar image of George Washington, the first president of the United States. His portrait, originally designed by John Flanagan, has graced the quarter since 1932. Washington's dignified and enduring image remains one of the most recognizable faces in American coinage, symbolizing the nation's ideals of freedom, democracy, and leadership. Although the 1965 quarter retained Washington's image, the change in its composition made it stand out from earlier issues. Flipping the coin over, you'll see the reverse design, which features a bold and powerful eagle. This eagle is clutching an olive branch and arrows in its talons, symbolizing the nation's desire for peace but readiness for defense if needed. The eagle is framed by the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, with the denomination quarter dollar inscribed below. The design, which has been part of the quarter's reverse since its inception, is a strong reminder of the United States' national identity and its resolve as a country. But what makes the 1965 quarter dollar even more interesting is not just the change in its composition or its design, but the historical context in which it was produced. In the mid-1960s, the United States was facing a growing crisis with its economy and its precious metals. The removal of silver from coins was a response to a rapidly depreciating silver market, and the U.S. Mint had to find a way to create coins that were both cost-effective and still represented the nation's ideals. The decision to mint the 1965 quarter with a clad composition was both a practical and symbolic move, helping to preserve the quarter as a staple in American commerce while making it less vulnerable to fluctuations in precious metal prices. For collectors, the 1965 quarter is not just a significant piece of American history. It's also a reminder of the rapidly changing times of the 1960s. The transition from silver to copper-nickel marked the end of an era in American coinage, and as such, the 1965 quarter holds a special place in the hearts of numismatists who appreciate the historical context of this transition. Now, let's talk about the collector appeal of the 1965 quarter dollar. While many of these coins were produced in large quantities, finding one in mint condition can be a challenge. Like most coins of its time, The 1965 quarter dollar was used extensively in daily transactions. As a result, most of these coins show signs of wear, scratches, and other imperfections. However, for collectors, a well-preserved, uncirculated example is a rare and highly desirable find, in particular, high-quality 1965 quarters. Those with sharp, clear details and minimal wear are sought after by collectors who are looking to add a pristine example to their collections. Additionally, certain varieties of the 1965 quarter, such as those with unique die cracks or other minting errors, can be even more valuable. Coins with errors are always highly prized in the numismatic world because they are one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest. Beyond the standard quarters, some of the most valuable 1965 quarters are those that were minted in particular locations. The Philadelphia Mint produced a significant number of these coins, but some of the rarer examples were struck at the Denver and San Francisco mints. These variations can be particularly attractive to collectors, especially those who specialize in mint mark varieties. The unique aspect of the 1965 quarter dollar is the way it represents both a turning point in American history and the changes that occurred in the world of coinage. This coin is not only a piece of currency, but a snapshot of the socio-political and economic climate of the United States during a pivotal moment in history. So, what is the value of a 1965 quarter dollar today? Well, if you happen to have one in pristine condition, you could be looking at a small fortune. A standard, uncirculated 1965 quarter dollar might be worth anywhere from a few dollars to a couple hundred, depending on its condition and minting details. However, coins with unique features, such as minting errors, die cracks, or impeccable preservation, can significantly increase the value. Now, here's the exciting part. If you have a particularly well-preserved 1965 quarter dollar, it could be worth as much as $65,000. That's right, $65,000 for a single coin. A coin that was once part of daily transactions and is now considered a rare and valuable collector's item. If you own a 1965 quarter dollar, it might be time to take a closer look at its condition. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Be sure to check for any special features, like die cracks or minting errors, that could increase its value. On top 4, we have something truly exciting to talk about: the United States quarter dollar from 1990. A seemingly ordinary coin that was once just another piece of currency circulating in the United States, this quarter has become a significant collector's item due to its unique history, design, and rarity in certain conditions. So, stay tuned as we take a journey through the story of the 1990 quarter dollar, uncovering its history, design, significance, and of course, its astonishing value today. To understand the importance of the 1990 quarter dollar, we need to first place it in its historical context. The United States was coming out of the 1980s, a decade of major economic change. The U.S. economy was undergoing a transformation, moving from the hyperinflationary era of the 1970s to a time of economic growth and technological advancement in the 1980s. By 1990, the country had entered a new phase, one where the economy was recovering from a brief recession and the country was looking toward the future. The coinage of 1990 marks an interesting time in the history of U.S. currency. The design of the quarter had been relatively unchanged for over 50 years. The iconic image of George Washington, created by John Flanagan in 1932, had graced the coin since its inception, and in 1990, that design was still very much in place, but the country had begun to look forward, as evidenced by the changing landscape of the nation. The 1990 quarter dollar, part of the regular circulating coinage, also represents the continued legacy of Washington, as well as a time of stability for the American economy. When you take a close look at the 1990 quarter dollar, you'll notice a familiar design. On the obverse, we have the enduring portrait of George Washington. Flanagan's classic depiction of Washington, with his dignified expression and sharp details, has remained a staple of American coinage since 1932. Washington's image was chosen to honor the first president of the United States and to symbolize the nation's enduring values of liberty, freedom, and leadership. His profile is captured in a way that conveys strength, wisdom, and resolve, which continues to resonate with Americans today. On the reverse side of the 1990 quarter dollar, you'll find the traditional eagle design that has been a part of the coin since 1932. The eagle is a powerful symbol of the United States, representing freedom, courage, and the strength of the nation. The eagle on the 1990 quarter holds an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, a symbol of peace and readiness for defense, respectively. Surrounding the eagle are the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. This reverse design was created by artist Henry Mitchell, and it continues to be a symbol of the nation's enduring values. In 1990, the U.S. Mint was operating under the guidance of the Coinage Act of 1965, which mandated that quarters be struck with a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. This composition provided durability and longevity to the coins, allowing them to withstand the wear and tear of circulation while maintaining a relatively low cost of production. The 1990 quarter was struck at 3 U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the bulk of the coins, while the San Francisco Mint struck proof versions, which were sold to collectors and kept in pristine condition. Although the 1990 quarter dollar was minted in large quantities, it is the condition of the coin that often determines its value. Most of these coins were used in everyday transactions, and as such, they show signs of wear and age. For collectors, finding a 1990 quarter dollar in uncirculated condition is a rare and desirable find. Uncirculated coins, with their sharp details and lack of wear, are highly prized for their aesthetic appeal and potential investment value. Additionally, certain varieties of the 1990 quarter dollar can be worth more than others. For example, some 1990 quarters have been discovered with subtle minting errors, such as double strikes, die cracks, or misalignments. These error coins are especially valuable to collectors because they represent a mistake in the minting process and are one-of-a-kind pieces. Collectors of error coins are often willing to pay top dollar for these unique items, making them a sought-after addition to any collection. Beyond the potential for minting errors, the 1990 quarter dollar holds collector appeal for another reason: its connection to a significant moment in American history. While the design of the quarter had remained largely unchanged for decades, the 1990 coin still represents an era of transition in the U.S. The country was on the verge of the digital revolution, and the economy was beginning to adapt to new technologies and industries. The 1990 quarter, while relatively modern, offers a snapshot of the nation at a pivotal point in time, a time when America was preparing for the changes that would shape the decades to come. So, what makes the 1990 quarter dollar so valuable today? While the mintage of these coins was high, it is the condition and rarity of well-preserved examples that make them desirable to collectors. A 1990 quarter in mint state, with no signs of circulation wear, is worth significantly more than a coin that has been heavily circulated. But it doesn't stop there. Error coins and varieties, especially those with rare mistakes, can push the value of the 1990 quarter dollar into the realm of high-value collector's items. But here's the most exciting part. If you happen to have a 1990 quarter dollar in flawless, uncirculated condition, or a rare error coin, it could be worth as much as $45,000. That's right, $45,000 for a single coin. It's incredible to think that a coin that was once used for small transactions could hold such value today, but that's the power of numismatics. The right coin, in the right condition, at the right time, can be worth far more than its face value. If you've ever wondered if that old jar of change in your drawer might hold something valuable, now is the time to take a closer look at your 1990 quarters. Whether you have one that's in excellent condition or one that has a unique minting error, it could be worth more than you imagined. On Top 5, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that might just be hiding in plain sight in your collection: the 1998 United States quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary piece of currency holds a unique story, a fascinating design, and if you happen to have one in top condition, it could even be worth far more than you think. Stick around as we uncover the history, design, and details of this exceptional coin, and wait until the end to learn its surprising value today. The 1998 quarter dollar is part of a transitional period in U.S. coinage. In the years leading up to 1998, the United States Mint had made several significant changes to the way coins were designed and produced. The 1998 quarter is especially intriguing because it is part of the 50-state quarters program, one of the most successful and popular coin series ever produced by the U.S. Mint. The 50-state quarters program began in 1999, but the preparation for it started in 1998 with the selection of the first 5 states that would be featured on the quarters. These states were Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. The program was designed to honor each state in the Union by featuring a unique design on the reverse side of the quarter, representing the state's history, culture, or landmarks. The 1998 quarter was crucial in setting the stage for this program, as it was the last year for the regular design before the introduction of these special state-themed quarters. The start of 1998, the traditional quarter design, featuring the iconic image of George Washington, was still in circulation. This design, which had been in place since 1932, showed Washington in a dignified and familiar pose, created by sculptor John Flanagan. Washington's portrait has remained a symbol of the strength and leadership of the United States, and this classic design continued to grace the quarter even as the 50-state quarters program was being developed. On the reverse side of the 1998 quarter, you'll find the familiar eagle motif, another staple of U.S. coinage. The eagle holds an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing the nation's desire for peace, but also its readiness for defense. The words United States of America and E pluribus unum surround the eagle, along with the denomination quarter dollar. This design, created by artist Henry Mitchell, had been in place for decades, but with the 1999 launch of the 50-state quarters program, it was about to make way for a new era in coin design. For collectors, the 1998 quarter holds special appeal for several reasons. First, as part of the final year of the classic design, it represents the end of an era in U.S. coinage. While many of these coins were produced and circulated widely, the 1998 quarter is a symbol of the transitional period in American currency. Secondly, because it was produced right before the 50-state quarters program took off, the 1998 quarter serves as a historical marker for a significant shift in how the U.S. Mint approached coin design. The production of the 1998 quarter was done at the three major U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the bulk of these coins, which were released into circulation. However, the San Francisco Mint struck proof versions, which were sold to collectors. These proof coins were specially crafted to have a mirror-like finish and sharp details, making them highly desirable for anyone looking to add an immaculate specimen to their collection. For most people, a 1998 quarter dollar would seem like a common coin, nothing too special. But for collectors, the value of a coin can often depend on its condition, rarity, and even the smallest details. The key to understanding the true value of the 1998 quarter dollar lies in its rarity and pristine condition. Coins that were circulated often show signs of wear and age, such as scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections. But for those lucky enough to possess a 1998 quarter dollar in uncirculated or proof condition, it can be a rare find. The uncirculated 1998 quarters, especially those that have been carefully stored and protected over the years, are highly sought after. These coins show little to no signs of use, with sharp, clean details and minimal marks. A coin in this kind of condition could be worth significantly more than its face value, making it an attractive addition to any collection. Additionally, some coins may have minor variations, such as unique die markers or small imperfections that occurred during the minting process. These varieties, while subtle, can add to the overall value of the coin and make it even more desirable to collectors. The most valuable 1998 quarters are the proof versions struck at the San Francisco Mint. These coins were made for collectors and have a distinctive mirrored finish that sets them apart from regular circulation coins. Proof coins are always highly sought after because they are specially struck to showcase the highest quality of detail and craftsmanship. A pristine proof coin from 1998 could be worth far more than an ordinary coin that was circulating in everyday transactions. The appeal of the 1998 quarter dollar isn't just about its condition. It also lies in the historical context of the coin. 1998 marked the last year of the traditional quarter design, and collectors often gravitate toward items that represent the end of an era. With the introduction of the 50-state quarters program the following year, the 1998 quarter dollar holds a unique position as a bridge between two periods in U.S. coin history. For collectors, owning a 1998 quarter means owning a piece of this transitional moment. But here's where things get exciting. If you're lucky enough to have a pristine 1998 quarter dollar, especially a proof coin or one with unique characteristics, it could be worth a lot more than you'd expect. While the average 1998 quarter may not carry a high value in circulation, An uncirculated or proof version in top condition can be worth significantly more. The most impressive part? If you happen to have one of these rare, high-quality coins, it could be worth as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $40,000 for a single 1998 quarter dollar. This incredible value makes it one of the more surprising and desirable coins among collectors. So, if you have a 1998 quarter sitting in your collection or hidden in a jar of change, it might be time to take a closer look. You might have an unexpected treasure on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our future coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!